Hey everyone and welcome back to the Sports Zection. Bomba transfer news. David Ornstein with the goods. Finally, things are moving. The wheels are in motion. Now this deal could have big implications to what happens next. Why is that? Well, because in my opinion, we were waiting for something to work out. I think the rumors or the reports of yesterday's striker saga, right? Remember yesterday we talked about Samu from Alaves, which is actually on loan from Atletico. We made a bid closer to 40 million euros. That was rejected. They want around 80 million euros. Never made sense, but okay. Maybe they used that to accelerate the other deal. Of course, I'm talking about the deal with Aston Villa. This is something we've been talking about for a while now. We're interested in Jhon Duran. Ian Maatsen wants to leave. We want to sell Ian Maatsen. We value him at also close to 40 million euros. And so to me, it was a no-brainer. Offer Maatsen for Jhon Duran. I mean, pretty simple, right? Of course, Aston Villa, let's say apparently they're forced to sell players to raise money. They're also dealing with some tricky situation with regards to the deal with Juventus, with regards to Douglas Luiz. So it remains to be seen what happens there. But let's go and see what is actually happening right now, because it's not as simple as it sounds. Ian Maatsen going to Aston Villa, how much money are we getting, and who's the player that we're getting, because that's crucial. Then at the end, I want to touch on Andre Santos, Angelo, Olise, and Gallagher as well. Hit all the buttons, like, subscribe, notification bell, do all of that. Let's dive right in. So, first up, it was reported by Fabrizio Romano, Ian Maatsen want to watch in the next few days as Aston Villa is really keen. Chelsea wants to make profit on him. And then, boom, David Ornstein, exclusive. Aston Villa reach agreement with Chelsea to sign left-back Ian Maatsen, fee for the 22-year-old Dutch youth international, well, he's now Dutch senior international, just north of now expired Borussia Dortmund specific £35 million release clause. Which is great to hear. Personal terms in place on a 6-year contract. Great news, to be honest, because we're cashing in, we're getting quite a lot of profit thanks to that. Then came Fabrizio and said, more on Ian Maatsen. Aston Villa are confident to get it done, also on final details by the end of this week. There's a big game for the Netherlands against France Friday night, so that's going to be crucial to get things done as soon as possible. There's already a green light from Chelsea, of course. If we get the amount of money that we're asking, I think everybody's going to be happy. But clubs are discussing the possibility to include one player in the deal, currently not guaranteed to be Jhon Duran. So who's that player going to be? I mean, because we are looking for a striker and a winger and maybe possibly a left back. But let's just focus on striker and winger. Who could it be? Leon Bailey? Moussa Diaby? Watkins? Who's the one? If it's not Jhon Duran, or maybe this is just smoke screen stuff and it's going to be Jhon Duran because that's the obvious choice, right? We've been trying to get him, so makes sense. Swap and money or so, something like that. But would we say no to a Diaby or a Leon Bailey? Or even Watkins, right? Even Watkins. I would take Watkins 100%. But I don't think we're going to get Watkins for that cheap, in my opinion. So I think it's probably going to be Jhon Duran, but of course, do tell me what you think. Who do you think could be another player that is not called Jhon Duran? Who could be included in that deal? Let me know down in the comment section below. Moving on. Well, moving on, not really, because this was Fabrizio just before that announcement, well, just before, a couple of hours before. So Chelsea keep working on both Samu and Jhon Duran deals, but will only bring in one striker. Makes sense. Chelsea will try to explore chances to negotiate for Samu after Atleti rejected 40 million euros package. Only chance for Duran, players to be included in deal with Villa, which of course now we know, Ian Maatsen. So yeah, let's see if this is a strategy or this is really something that we're actually going to do, actually pursue Samu. I don't think so. I think it's going to be Jhon Duran, but I could be mistaken. Then with regards to young Brazilians, in this case, Andre Santos and Angelo Gabriel, of course, both of them played at Strasbourg. Well, played is a big word. So first up we have, it's two reports from Nizar Kinsella for the BBC. Chelsea duo Andre Santos and Angelo Gabriel have been told to prepare for the club's preseason tour of the United States. Of course, last season Angelo performed quite okay, I think, in the preseason, but yeah, remains to be seen what happens. I don't think he's ready to start for us, especially for getting Olise. It's going to be quite crowded on that right side. Then with regards to Santos, he's believed to have a good chance of making the squad of new Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca, who is keen to use the tour to look at loanees and youngsters. Of course, makes sense. But then we also talked about a report that said that he might spend another season at Strasbourg. Again, I don't want players to spend their time on our bench if they can be playing week in, week out on loan, which is exactly what I think will happen if these two return to Strasbourg. I think they're going to be starters if they are not injured. Which moves me into the next one, with regards to Casadei. So according to Matt Law, Casadei is not for sale, but there is a big foreign club's interest in him. So what is this? So definitely he is for sale, right? If the right offer comes in, he's going to be for sale. I mean, it's one of those deals that we made, and I mean, the loan for Leicester didn't work out. And by the way, Leicester is the same manager that he's going to play under right now at Chelsea. So yeah, a loan would be best. And if somebody comes in with a big offer, I think we should just offload him, take the profit, and move on. Then the last two things here. One on Olise. Fabrizio Romano told us yesterday we will update you in the next hours and days. I mean, hours and days, really, maybe also weeks while you're at it. I mean, this deal with Olise is going to break the internet for us if it works out. Because if he doesn't join us, then he's definitely joining the likes of Newcastle United or maybe Bayern München or something like that. It's going to be quite something. Of course, in my opinion, I think we are favorites. I think we tick all the boxes. We already agreed the terms with him last season, so remains to be seen what happens. I want this deal to be done in June already, because otherwise this is just going to be a drag-on story for way too long. And the last one here is with regards to Atletico Madrid and their interest in Conor Gallagher. So they've made apparently a 20 million euro offer for Conor Gallagher that has been rejected by Chelsea. Now that's funny. We make a 40 million euro offer for an unknown player that was on loan at Alaves, and they laugh. Now they come here and made a ridiculous offer, 20 million euros, for Conor Gallagher, our captain of last season. Conor Gallagher from our academy. Good one, Atletico, good one. They always make me laugh. We've talked about that, right? The clubs like Napoli, the clubs like Brighton, Dortmund, these types of clubs that always act as if they don't have any money and then throw some ridiculous bids at players that they're interested in. But then when they get offers in with a good amount of money, I think 40 million for Samu, for someone that nobody knows, unless you play Football Manager, of course, but someone that is young, really inexperienced, I mean, I would just take that money and run. But okay, too bad, missed their chance, tough luck. So overall, I think now the dominoes are falling into place. Ian Maatsen deal to Aston Villa will suddenly make things move quite quicker, in my opinion. We still have to deal with Crystal Palace with regards to Olise. What happens there, I don't know. Swap, money, or just money, remains to be seen. I think a swap, we've talked about that. Madueke, to me, is a big no, because you don't want to have just Olise on the right side, right? Unless we trust Angelo to start for us next season. Well, to start from the bench for us next season, which I don't really think that's a realistic thing to say. So yeah, I think we should go into next season with Olise and Madueke, not use Madueke just yet for a swap deal. We can pay, we have the money, we can pay for Olise. That's just my opinion. But with regards to the Maatsen, I think it's a great deal. We get the money that we want. Plus, we fill a position that we're looking at, even though it's not the biggest name out there, because we still have Fofana, we still have Washington. So it's Duran, could work out perfectly, right? Could work out like a gem. Or it could not. He's young, so we can still develop him. Remains to be seen. We still have Nkunku and Jackson, which are definitely number one, number two, or both number one starters for us as a number 9 or as a support for a number 9. So Duran is going to come off the bench. We have plenty of games for him to play. So let's see what happens. I will definitely update you in the coming days as well. There's no we. I made a video about the Chelsea fixture for next season, the predictions. That video will be in the top right corner. Do share your predictions down in that video if you're interested, of course. Like, subscribe, notification bell, do all of that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.